Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am making a delicious snack, party food, little canapes you can serve in this festive season, whether it's Diwali, Christmas, New Year's, or just a weekend with your friends and family. I'm gonna make crispy, delicious vegetarian baby samosas, and they are such a fun thing to make. You can get your kids involved, you can get your friends involved, or just make it all by yourself. Put some nice music on and get cooking. Before that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. I am going to start. The first thing is by boiling some potatoes, because I'm going to use a basic simple masaledar potato filling, and as always I'm going to be using red potatoes, which is what I use all the time. Actually, overall they are great all-rounders, and this is a stock I always have in the kitchen, also because they last very long. So once I have it, then I can use it for a long time to come. And I am going to use just enough to make a few samosas, but if you have any left, just make a sandwich out of it, or put it in a paratha, or just spread some on a toast, so none of it will go wasted. So this is going to be plenty. I'm going to peel and chop them up into small pieces so they cook quickly. Only thing you have to make sure is that all the potatoes are chopped up in similar size pieces so that they cook at the same time. Just to make sure that they cook quickly, always just add enough water that it covers the potato. You don't need loads more because it just takes longer to boil. I'm going to bring it to a boil and cook until the potatoes are nice and fully soft. You know, I like to make the most of my time. So while this is coming to a boil and it's going to take 10 minutes to cook, I don't know exactly. I'll just check whenever they're soft. I'm going to make the dough because the dough needs resting as well. So for the dough, we mainly need plain flour, all-purpose or maida, and this is 250 grams, just because I like the number 250. So that is, just sounds better, adding other things to this. Half a teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon chili powder, half a teaspoon onion seeds, or they are called kalonji in Hindi. You can find them in supermarkets easily. If you don't have that, you have ajwain or carom seeds, which I've used previously. Add those. I have used them in naans, etc. So they actually are delicious. I'm keeping this vegan. You can add ghee at this step, but I am going to keep it vegan and add oil instead. 3 tablespoons of oil. You could use rapeseed, you could use sunflower, you can use peanut oil, or you can use a mild flavored olive oil as well, not extra virgin, regular olive oil. Now mix it up, get the breadcrumb texture before adding the water. As with all the flatbreads or pastries I make, Indian pastries, I always add a little water at a time. So add a couple of tablespoons at a time, bring it together, and stop when you think you've got a nice, lovely dough. If you add too much water, you can always add a bit more flour to it. But then, you know, if you're careful with the water, then you won't need to do that. So that is looking good. Just need, there's 1 drop left. This was exactly 100 ml. Exactly, I weighed it before I started using. Now I've just got a little drop of oil in my hand. Just gonna tap it on top, and this needs resting at least 15 minutes, but that's how long it's going to take anyways for the potato mixture to get ready. So I'm just going to rest it for as long as I have, half an hour, 1 hour, that's fine. Make sure you cover it. So like I had guessed, it came to a boil and it only took 5 minutes to get to nice and soft. Always check, just cut straight through because we want to mash these. They need to be properly cooked. Just make sure the bigger pieces are cooked. Yeah, that is definitely done. So very, very quick if you chop it into smaller pieces. Now I'm going to drain it and get ready for my next step. So we need a nice hot pan for this. Get good 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil again. I'm using a mild olive oil. And now I'm going to add some lovely spices to this. So I'm going to turn the heat low and then add the spices so they don't burn. Half a teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon chili powder, half a teaspoon garam masala, half a teaspoon of chaat masala. Recipe is on my channel. If you can't seem to find it in the shops, half a teaspoon of amchur powder, dried mango powder. If you can't find mango powder, then add a squeeze of lemon. So that's all our spices. Give it a mix. Smells amazing. Gonna add 2 tablespoons of water. And then the potatoes. So what you have seen that the potatoes, this water stops the spices from burning, and as soon as you add the potatoes, the masala water has coated them. You can see like it's properly stuck to the potatoes because the potatoes have immediately absorbed the water. You don't need any cooking at all. So what I'm going to do is mash this up. And my hob is still on medium low heat. I don't have to cook anything. By keeping the heat on, when I'm mashing the potatoes, it's all getting the spices in it. Like I said, I'm keeping the filling for this very classic traditional. No peas, no turmeric, no coriander, just spices and potatoes. Last good mix, and we turn the heat off. Now it's really important that you let this cool down. So this might take 15 minutes or half an hour. This is plenty of time for me to sit and enjoy a coffee. Oh, smells so good. Turn it off. I'm going to transfer it to a bowl so that it cools down quicker. So I gave the dough and the filling 1 whole hour. I got some emails done, had some coffee, and now the sun is just blazing. So that's great. I'm going to start rolling it. And while I'm rolling, before I start rolling, I'm going to get some sunflower oil in a pan on minimum heat, because while that's rolling, the oil will be ready. So I can roll and then fry it straight away. So here is the rested dough. You can see it's got little spots. Oh, it's so soft. Wonderful. So we need to divide and then make kind of equal size portions. And I don't want to make samosas. That's the whole point of this video. So I'm gonna get smaller. They might not be equal, but that doesn't matter. Yeah. Let's go a bit mad. 24. 25. 27. 27. So they are literally about right, almost about the same size. Just to have a nice round figure. So small, 25 grams each portion. Leave this covered for a minute. Okay, so we don't need any oil for this or flour. This has got enough oil to help it roll out. And you don't want a very wide, you want it slightly narrower but longer. Nice and thin. That seems about right. Let me get a knife. So cut in half. Fold this side. Put some water. Fold the other side. Seal. Oh, little baby samosa. Just a spoonful. A bit of water. Bring it over. And there we have it, little baby samosa. Oh, they're so cute. Look at that. I love it. My kids will be so pleased. It's my husband and kids' favorite street food as well as mine. Actually, mine is pani puri first and then samosa. Bit of water. Bring it over. Bringing it over will make sure that you have a little bottom for it to sit. So for this baby samosa to be perfectly crisp throughout, we need a good temperature. So we don't need very hot to start with. And I know a lot of you will ask what's the temperature. So I'm telling you what it is. So we are at 150 C, not F, C. So we don't want it any hotter. I've kept it on low now. It's 150 C, and that is going to crisp up the pastry beautifully. When you're putting it in, just make sure that you check the sealing once again. See, this was open. That's why you recheck it. Now this is going to take a good 6 to 8 minutes. I'll tell you exactly how much to fry because we don't want to rush this. So I'm going to leave this on the hob and I'm going to continue rolling out the rest of the samosas. So I know that you are rolling the samosas, which I've been doing while this is cooking, but you can't ignore the samosas completely. So after 2 minutes of cooking at really low heat, I have increased the temperature and made it to medium, and it has been cooking on medium heat for 5 minutes now. So that is 7 minutes and it's almost there. I will show you how it looks. So they are looking beautifully golden, but that's not the color we are after. We are after for a slightly darker color. So now the heat is on medium heat. I'm not going to cook it at all on high heat. So this is just going to cook on medium heat now for the last 2 minutes. Just get some kitchen roll ready. Look at the color on that. Oh dear. Whoa, I am so excited for these. Get these out. And the next round is ready to go. Remember to reduce the heat again and making sure it seals properly. Okay, so I've got my second last. I have fried 2 lots. I've got my second last in the oil and I've just rolled out my very last lot. And guess what? I'll show you. So here is my last lot of the samosas and look how much potato is left. How perfect was that? There is not even enough for me to put any on a toast. I'm just going to eat it with a spoon, but that could not have been better. Amazing. I'll tell you how many I have got here. So in total, I have got, with 250 grams of flour pastry, I have got 30 pieces and each of them I weighed out to be 25 grams. It just worked out perfectly actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out, put the last lot in, and while that is cooking, I'm going to prepare a fresh zingy chutney to go with it. So for the chutney, I've got 30 grams of coriander fresh. And to this, I'm just going to add some mint leaves, not 30 grams, but maybe 10, basically half the amount of the coriander. If you add too much, it goes a bit bitter and also gets a bit dark. You just need a little bit of mint to add that freshness to it. Just going to give it a quick wash. Just a couple of green chilies. You can add less or more according to how much heat you want. Just a pinch of sugar, a pinch of salt, and some lemon or lime juice, lots of it, at least half. If it's not very good, use whole. Tablespoon of yogurt and then blitz. And here are the baby samosas, all 30 of them, with a fresh zingy coriander chutney. I've shared coriander chutney before. I always have a variation on it. I've got 8 cookbooks, Every cookbook has a different coriander chutney in it. That's how much I love it. It's my favorite chutney ever. And now it's time to eat the samosa, which is calling my name. All of them are calling my name, to be honest. Oh my, oh my, that pastry is insanely crispy. It's short, it does not feel oily at all, and it is crispy inside out. I'm so hot, the sun is really shining. It's not hot, it's just because the sun is out, it feels a bit warm. This is like a perfect party food. Like I said in the beginning, this is great. You can roll them up and freeze them and then fry them from frozen. Ta-da! If I make this for a party, I would fry them and leave them in the fridge 2-3 days before, and then I will reheat it in the oven to serve it nice and warm. Whatever you do, you must try this over a weekend. I know it takes a little bit of effort and time, but it is so worth it, guys. So worth it. Go for it. Enjoy. Leave me a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon for another new recipe. Bye for now.